Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of We the Women New England. We are very excited to kick off the show on My Dream TV USA. My name is Dr. Shefali Agarwal. I'm the sponsor and host of this show. I'm here with my co host, who's Geena Virmani. Our goal is to bring to you the journey of progressive and accomplished women of New England who have made great strides in fields like science, politics, sports, literature, art, and many more. You will hear from them directly about their wins, their challenges, their proud moments, and much more. Without any delay, let me introduce Geena. Hi, Geena.
Hello, Dr. Shefali. Thank you so much. I would like to welcome everyone watching us today with our debutant show, We the Women. And I would like to present Dr. Archana Lavana to our show. Welcome, Dr. Archana.
Hello, Geena. Hi, Shefali. How are you? Nice
Uh,
to be on the show. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We are actually so honored to have you here. This show is very important to us because with this show, we are highlighting women who have accomplished and did many, many things to reach there. And one such person you are, Dr. Archana. So I'm so excited for you to be part of the show and very excited
Thank
for the
you.
viewers to learn about you, how you have reached here. So let me pass the baton to Gina. Gina, why don't you start the show and kick off?
Thank you, Dr. Shefali. Dr. Archana, can you please tell us something about your work and how did you reach here?
I'm a dentist. I'm a general dentist. I have graduated from Tufts Dental School in the year 2000, and I came to this country in 1996. I was a dentist in my country in India, and then we came here. We gave our exams, and I got admission into the Tufts Dental School. So that was a tough part, but we did it. We, as in me and my husband, Dr. Nikhil Lavana, who's also a graduate from BU Dental
Wow.
School.
Nice, wonderful. Tell us, what you enjoy the most about what you do and, why you do what you do.
So the part of dentistry, I love dentistry, and I'm very passionate about it. The part is patient connection. I like changing lives. I like giving them beautiful smiles. My expertise is cosmetic dentistry and implant dentistry, and I create smiles with veneers, crowns, and stuff like that. Procedures like that, and we do whitenings. So that's my passion. And working with patients, I've changed a lot of lives in a sense that we have patients coming from low socioeconomic standards who have broken teeth, drug addicts who have broken cavities in their teeth, and changed their life by giving them good smiles. So that's why I like dentistry.
Wonderful. Very nice to know. What challenges as a woman you've had to deal with, continuing your work and, coming to the stage where you are right now?
So once we graduated in 2000, I joined Edward Kennedy Community Health Center. So I started
Mm-hmm.
working with the low socioeconomic population of our society. And then I worked there for 5 years, and then I felt like I should go into private practice. And that's when we opened our office in Paxton. And I took a lot of continuing ed courses with very good teachers like Dr. Arun Garg and all. And so I made sure that I was on top of things. And then I felt like I should have a startup of my own. And last year I opened a startup in Northborough, and that's been a big challenge. But it's like having a baby and making it work, you know. So
Yes.
that's
Yes. Wonderful. Congratulations. So you've been there for 1 year. How does it feel?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's challenging, but it is very, very satisfying because it's something I'm developing right from the scratch. I had no referral sources or anything like that, and I'm developing right from the scratch. So it makes me feel very accomplished because
Wonderful.
this is a practice which I'm developing right from the scratch.
Wonderful. Very nice. Who's your role model, Dr. Archana?
So, in life, I have two role models. One is my mom, obviously. She has encouraged me to have a career, and she has made sure that I have a career. She's like given me the confidence to work with people, to talk to people. And secondly, is my mom in law, Mrs. Pushpa Lavana. She helped me come to the United States and also supported me while we were in America. So I really want, these are my role models. Business wise,
Wonderful.
I think business wise, I was helped a lot by BNI Elite Shrewsbury Group, which was where I was introduced by Cheryl Pedjo, who's the bank manager at Dentistry. And BNI
Hmm.
Elite Group, I found these women who are business women, like American women who are running their businesses for good 20 years. And that gave me a lot of confidence that I could do it. Because that's where I
Wow.
felt like, oh, can I do this or not? Can I do a startup? And when I meet these people and I listen to their commercials, what they're doing. So BNI really helped me a lot, and they were my role model for that. So I'm very thankful for that.
Wonderful. Looks like woman supporting woman, huh? That's really
Yes,
nice to
yes,
hear.
absolutely. And that's necessary, I think.
Yes,
Otherwise,
I
it's going to
agree.
be really hard for us.
I
Yeah.
agree. I totally agree to that. Tell us a little bit about your hobbies, Dr. Archana. What do you like to do?
Oh, I love to travel. I love to travel. That's
Nice.
my biggest hobby. Yeah. So I've been to Africa a couple of years back. I've been to the Dominican. So I'm hoping after this pandemic everything opens up and we can travel again. And I also like reading books and going on hikes and doing stuff with my children. I have 3 children, so there's a lot of activities we do with them.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, tell me, what is the biggest hurdle you see as a woman today, as a businesswoman today?
So I started working on my startup like in fact 2 or 2.5 years before I really did it, and I felt like at every stage as a woman I was scrutinized more. Like as a male counterpart, they wouldn't be scrutinized as much as I would, because there's always a thought that is she going to succeed? Is she going
Hmm.
to? But I feel like women can succeed more than men sometimes, or as much as men. I wouldn't like throw them under the bus too. So,
Right.
but I don't. I think people should have confidence in women, and that's where it's. That's what I felt. Even in a society like United States, like I felt like I was scrutinized much more than a male counterpart would be.
Really. Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been into this for 20 years, as you mentioned, right? So,
Yeah. So I graduated in 2000. So it's been 2020. So 20 years.
wow, wonderful, wonderful. What message would you like to give to the other women, who are aspiring or who are willing to come to that, business level where you are today?
So I would say that have total confidence in yourself. I think the one thing which women can, the reason a woman can fail is only because of herself. If she doesn't have the confidence, we know we have to fight a little bit more, we have to rush a little bit more, but that's we can do it. So as long as you have confidence in yourself and your self-esteem, nothing is going to stop you. So that's what we always think twice. Can I do this? Don't do that. Just do it. If you want to do it, just go ahead and create that space for you, because you have to create. In a man's world, you have to elbow your space in, and
Agree,
you have to make that space for yourself.
agree. If you have the confidence, you can succeed. I totally
Yeah.
agree. Wonderful message. Very nice. How has the pandemic, as a whole dentistry, treated your practices? What is the kind of effect that you might have had?
So when this pandemic started, there was a fear. Of course, the fear came in that, oh, what is going to happen, right? And then we started attending courses and listening to government and everything, and we realized no, we can still do it. We had to make a lot of changes in the office. We now wear a complete PPE suit when we are treating patients. So we have to
Yep.
wear double masks. We have to wear the disposable gowns. We'll have to wear the shields
Yep.
like all the doctors do. And also we have changed our offices, like we put air filtration units, we put like blue UV lights to treat the virus, so if there's any viruses in the air, it's going to be taken care of as soon as. So we've made a lot of changes to the office. We clean the office with bleach, and we also fog the offices every day. So our anyways, we were clean. Now we've gotten super clean. Like there
Super
shouldn't
clean.
be any bacteria or virus in our offices.
Yes.
So we had to make
Yes.
those changes. Of course, we take the temperature, pulse oximeter, and everything which the doctors do in the hospital. So we follow the protocol CDC has given us.
Nice,
But
wonderful,
patients are, I think they are happy with what we did and they're coming in, so
good,
which is good.
good, wonderful. So you mentioned you have three practices, right? Can you tell us a little bit about these three practices?
So in 2006, we bought a practice in Paxton, and it was already a settled practice. So we had to work at building a patient pool there because we were Indian immigrants going into into this practice where there were no Indians in that area. So that was a struggle, but they accepted us very well. And then in 2008, me and my husband we bought a practice in Gardner because we had enough time work on both the practices. We've added specialists. The specialist comes in, visit our office. We have endodontists, a periodontist coming to our offices. So we developed those offices quite a bit. So then people ask me, why did you want to do a startup? And I realized I really don't want to travel that far because Gardner and Paxton are far
Yeah,
away from Shrewsbury. And
yeah,
I'm like, if I have to work up till the age of 60, I have to be close to home. And that's when I started looking on the 495 belt and I
nice.
found Northborough because it's a very good town. It's right in the middle. We have UMass, St. V's on one side. We have the tech crowd on Westboro and Marlborough side. So it is a area where you can really thrive. So that's why I picked Marlborough.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You're a package of all, buying an experience practice to starting up your own.
Yeah.
Wonderful. There's so much to learn from you, Dr. Archana. Any message that you would like to give to the woman who's watching you today?
There's nothing we cannot do. That's the message I want to give. We can do everything we want. So don't be disheartened by anybody or anyone, whatever they tell you. Just listen to your inner voice and get out there and do it. And you may have struggles. You may face problems. You may face people looking down on you, but that's okay. We don't care about that. We just have to be strong within ourselves. And that's how I bring up my daughters too. That's the message I gave. Don't be scared about anything. And I think my family supports me a lot in that. So I'm very thankful for that. And there may be very women where the families don't support, but don't give up hope. I know you can do it.
I agree. I agree. Wonderful. Dr. Shefali, you have to ask something to Dr. Archana,
Yeah,
please.
no, thank you. Wonderful job, Geena. So let me ask, the purpose of the show is highlighting the beautiful self like you are, right? So, we come from a community, Indian community, where women are not, now it's quite changed, but at the time when we were coming here, there
Yeah.
was always that feeling about how women can go forward. How did you deal with that in your environment to become a dentist? First of all, it's not
Yeah.
easy, right? And then you decided to come here and do the same thing. How did you do that?
So I have to give all the credit to my parents and my upbringing. So my father long ago decided that two girls were enough. I have a sister. I don't have
That's
a
an
brother.
important
So
one.
that's where he broke the mold right away.
Yeah,
My father and my mom said, okay, two girls are enough. We're not
that's
going to try
great.
for a son, even though there was a lot of pressure. So I
Yeah,
think that empowered me right away. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
as I grew up, I was never told not to do things like the boys. I was never told like, oh, you're a girl, you cannot do this. Dentistry came up on with luck, and I got good grades, so I got into a good institution. You know how in India it's like, okay, आपको अच्छे
Mhm.
grade मिलते हैं, तो you go on to medical field. So dentistry came, and then I realized dentistry is a good field for
Yeah.
women because you don't have emergencies, you're treating patients, the patients are in a happier state. So it's like you empower people, you
Mhm.
empower patients. So that's what I realized as I went along.
Yeah.
Then I got married also in a very liberal household where again women were given a lot of importance. My sister-in-law is a ICU director in Brisbane at Royal Brisbane
Amazing.
Hospital. So I think their upbringing was also similar, where women are given the same importance. So I give a lot of credit to my parents and my in-laws, Pushpa Lavana and Dinesh Lavana, because they brought up them. So my husband also has been very liberal with me and helped me achieve my goals. So I think I give a lot of credit to my family for that.
Yeah. So I have another question. So, how every time a woman goes into power, there are a couple of questions that come up. She's weak. How will she balance her family? How will
Right.
she take care of the kids? She will cook or not, Indian family, of course. How will she manage a business outside? Impossible. What will you say to that?
I would say that we are so used to multitasking. I think we can achieve
Exactly.
everything. You
Mhm.
know,
Right.
like today, I did like five patients, and I still come home and think, okay, I need to cook something for my family. It's an automatic multitasking property we have. So
Yeah,
I don't think
we are
that
women.
is
Come on.
gonna
Yes,
stop us. Yeah,
absolutely.
we can
Yeah.
do 10 things at the same time, and that's how we are trained. So I
Yeah,
think
that's
nothing we can.
absolutely right. So, you are an accomplished woman, and I am congratulations to you for what you have achieved and where you are today. Really proud.
Thank you.
Me as another professional woman and Geena, we all love to see our empowered women in the community. How will you, now that you're accomplished, help other women? So there is always this issue about women bringing down women or bringing
Yes.
women bringing up women. How will you help support the other women who are trying to do something like this?
I will be a consumer to that woman. I mean, if somebody's setting up a business, I will try to at least buy, be a consumer, support, give referrals to that person. And that's what I think when I joined the BNI Elite Group, I realized that's how they run their organization is that they give referrals. So when I started, I had zero referrals. So my first referrals actually came from that group. It's a
Yeah.
business networking group, and they were so open about giving me referrals. I said, oh my God, they don't even know me. But just because I'm a member there, I'm getting referrals. So I think that's when I started. I give referrals out. If somebody is setting up like Geena is being a realtor,
Mhm.
I will give referrals out for her.
Yes.
And so she, because she has the guts of starting it from the scratch. So I
Yeah,
think we should support her, you know. And
absolutely.
even if I have a person who's accomplished realtor, I would still give opportunity to somebody who's trying to come up and
Yeah.
or
Yep.
so that's how I would support a woman coming into business.
Yeah. So I think this whole show, and the reason I asked this question, this whole show is dependent on that. Our goal here is to bring those women in the community that maybe not so outshine but are doing wonderful work. We want to support them. We want their name out
Absolutely.
there, and
Absolutely.
like yourself, and hopefully we can bring many many women. Gina and I will try our best to
Yes.
bring the
Yeah.
stories of many women out here.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you guys will be so successful because there are women who need a voice in the community
Yes.
I
because our
agree.
community tends to not have that kind of voice,
Yeah, I
So
see. It's a very sometimes it gets biased on who's coming and who's. But our goal in this TV show would not be that we are just focusing on one set or the other set. We want to bring every woman who's accomplished in the
everyone.
New
That's
England
awesome.
community right on
That's
the
an
camera,
awesome thought.
and
I
yeah,
congratulate you, Dr. Agarwal, on even coming up with the concept.
yes. And Gina is my partner in crime. She's amazing.
Yes,
Gina, let us talk about
absolutely.
you. I know we skipped that. Can you give a little bit background about yourself?
Thank you, Dr. Shefali. Yes. Well, I've been in the country for 20 years and I'm a realtor right now. I've been practicing for 4 years. I'm licensed in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. So I practice in all
Wonderful.
the three states. And I have two boys, two teenage boys, 16 and
Teenage, what are you
14.
talking about? Where is that skin
Yes.
coming from? Really?
Thank you. I take it as a compliment.
Of
Thank
course it
you.
is.
So it's been a tough one. Yes,
Yeah.
I used to run a IT staffing company of my own, and then for the love of the real estate, I moved on to being a realtor.
That's
So
amazing.
it's been good.
I'm so proud of you being my co-host in the show, and
Thank you.
we promise that we'll bring all the New England great leaders like yourself, Archana,
Yes.
on the screen. And Archana, it was a pleasure. Gina, do you want to say a few words before we close off?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Archana, for joining us today, for guiding us, giving us the confidence that a woman should have in herself. That's the take-home piece that I will have from tonight's interview, and that was amazingly said by you. Woman has to empower other women too. Remember that. That's how we do it. By giving referrals, as you mentioned. That's how you're going to empower other women. So these are the two take homes from today's interview. And what a great, mentor I have, Dr. Shefali Agarwal. I want to really thank her for, giving this opportunity, for bringing out the women, locally here and all over US, so that we can talk about these accomplishments, what these women have gathered, what they can give back as a community via this, medium of We the Woman
Yes.
concept.
And so let's join hands and make this, the show very successful for our women
Absolutely.
and our New England women. Thank you, Archana. Congratulations for all
Thank
your good
you.
work. And thank
Thank
you for being
you.
on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you, Geena.
opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.